So back in the day, we could not turn on the TV or the radio to not see Al Arbour as a player involved in the Stanley Cup final somehow. When he became a coach, he was always involved in either Stanley Cup final or close to it somehow. This first podcast, we're going to talk about the playing career of the great Al Arbour, because you can't do it in one podcast. It'd be almost a half an hour because there's a lot of things to go over. For me, he was a very underrated defenseman. Always a very strong representative of what the defensive defenseman needed to be. Now at 6 feet 180, he skated for Detroit, Chicago, Toronto, and St. Louis, winning several cups in the process. And you know, you say when you're Sudbury, Ontario, you're like the nickel. You're strong, you're resilient, tremendous player. Now, Alger Joseph Arbour, November 1st, 1932, date of birth, unfortunately passed away August 28th, 2015. Now, people forget the strong NHL hockey career he had. Now, like most people born in Sudbury, he eventually find himself in the minor hockey program of Southern Ontario, and he played his amateur hockey as a defenseman with the Windsor Spitfires of the OHL. Now, he played his first professional games with the Red Wings in '53. He was then claimed by the Blackhawks in '58, and he would lead the team to a championship in '61. Now, Arbour also played with the Toronto Maple Leafs for the next 5 seasons, winning another cup in '62. He was then selected by the St. Louis Blues in a '67 expansion draft and played his final 4 seasons with the team. Now, again, he is on the Stanley Cup winner in consecutive years. It's not as common now, but back then it was uncommon. 61, 62, and 64. Now, along with teammate Ed Litzenberger, they're one of 11 players to win consecutive Stanley Cups with 2 different teams. Now, he's also one of only 11 players in Stanley Cup history to win the Cup with 3 or more different teams. And again, he was the captain of the expansion St. Louis Blues, and where he lost 3 consecutive finals to Montreal and Boston in 4 consecutive games all 3 times. Now, he was one of the few professional athletes to wear eyeglasses when competing, and he's also the last NHL player to wear them on the ice. Now, he also possibly invented the aspect of laying down in front of the goaltender to block shots on goal with his body. Now, career statistics. Again, he was inducted actually in the Hockey Hall of Fame, I think of as a player builder. I'm not really sure, but I think it was for both. He's also in the New York Islanders Hall of Fame and the Nassau County Sports Hall of Fame. Now, Stanley Cup champion as a player. Again, he also won the Cup in '54 in limited play with the Red Wings, because he didn't play for them in the playoffs, but he had 1 assist in 36 games in a regular season. But his numbers with the minor league teams are very interesting, because he played everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. He played in Washington, he played in Edmonton, he played in Sherbrooke, he played in Quebec, and he was beloved any place he went. But like I said, his typical stat line was 167 or 514-19. He wasn't scoring much, and it took him. He had played almost a decade in the NHL before he scored his first playoff goal. This was 1959 for Chicago, and personally, his best season for me had to be that 1959 campaign with Chicago when he played the full season. He scored again his first playoff goal that year after 12 points in a regular season. So, and his stats for Toronto were quite interesting, because there was one campaign he only played 4 games, another one 6, another one only 1 playoff game, and one was 4 regular season. I don't know why Toronto didn't make him their 6th defenseman, because the amount of quality play he could provide. But he was mired in Rochester when he was in the Toronto system. He was 5 years with Rochester, and his points and goal totals actually started to increase, and so did his penalty minutes. It was pretty weird. But with St. Louis, it was a good fit for him. He played nearly 200 games over that span of 3 years. And again, typical line, 167, 110, 11. Final NHL totals, 626 games, 12 goals, 58 assists for 70 points. 86 games in the playoffs, 9 points, including 1 assist. So again, stayed over the defenseman, rugged, right place, right time. But, when you play more than 20 years in minor pro and major pro and major hockey, you got to be good. So the statistics don't bear out. His mental game was quite strong. And actually, what's completely bizarre, ladies and gentlemen, when he ended his career, he became a coach in St. Louis and guided him to quarterfinals and semifinals berth. And when he wrapped up with St. Louis, that's when the big success came with the honors. And he came back 14 years later in the mid 2000s to guide them for one last game. So a very interesting career in hockey. So that's the playing career of Al Arbour, and we're going to be talking more about the coaching career of him in a future podcast. Have a good day. Bye.